So I'm here in the studio. It's Sunday morning, fairly tired because I did stay up to watch England play Norway last night. But I wanted to share with you this pretty fantastic session that I'm doing this weekend. This is with a band called Brothers of End. We've ended up setting this session up in quite a different way than I would usually do it, thanks in large part to the fact that there is actually a producer on this session who isn't me. Honestly, these are my favourite types of sessions where I get to just learn somebody else's ideas and techniques, pushing me into a new territory. It's really, really fun to work like that. But you may notice that we're not using any of the gobos. We did have them set up, but then we took them away because the brief for this session basically was that it should sound in the room kind of like the finished recording. No one's using headphones, everything's open. The amps themselves are kind of behaving as the kind of gobos. Like I'm kind of hiding the mics behind the cabs so that they don't pick up too much drums, which is working good. But the main innovation is that we actually have a little PA system in here, which these two speakers, which is feeding back in from Pro Tools in the control room. Elements of the mix, like some of the drums are coming back through, some of the vocals, these vocal mics and stuff are coming through the PA, but mainly there's just shitloads of spring reverb coming from my little baby in here. The wonderful Accuverb, which I don't know how many of these exist. I don't think there's that many, but if you ever see one of these, buy it immediately. It's really incredible sounding. So much more 3D than any plugin I've ever heard. But yeah, the idea is that we're basically doing a sub mix into this PA. None of it's really that loud, so that kind of helps. And the bleed is really not an issue. I was kind of very pleasantly surprised. I think it's a lot to do with having a big room. So this is another thing about this studio is I'm just not used to working in such a big room. And yeah, options start presenting themselves in a big room like this. Things that probably wouldn't work in a smaller room or in a, I guess, less like acoustically treated room, whatever. You can get away with a lot more stuff in this room. It just sounds really good in here. So bleed and kind of roominess, especially if you're kind of committing to the sound as you record it, they become like not an issue but an actual sort of asset to the recording. So I'll just take you through the setup as we have it. Drum mics, pretty standard for me. The Glyn Johns with a couple of ribbons above. Toms, rack tom I'm miking from underneath, and the floor tom I'm miking from above, mainly because he has the floor tom pretty low. I can't really fit the mic under there and have it sound good, but they sound really balanced and cool. I was very happy with the tom sound. We do have this kind of like crotch mic thing here. So this, we have it coming over here, and then I'm splitting it at this point. One leg goes into this amp with loads of reverb from that pedal, and the other half goes into the desk. So this was sort of where we started off. We started off just wanting some reverb in the room using this amp, and then that developed into putting in the PA and then just having loads of spring reverb like in the room basically. Keyboards are all going just into this amp. So we're trying to be sort of very kind of honest and faithful to what's going on in this room. There's no DIs going on, it's just amps. So any of these keyboards here are going into this amp, whichever ones he's using for any particular track, it's all going into this amp. Same thing over here with the guitar and bass. He's just got these three options basically. The super reverb, not sure we've used that yet, but that's a kind of a second option for a different kind of bass sound. So far he's just been using this baby and his Super Champ for guitar stuff. A couple of room mics, the Sheps, which are on Omni right now, and they are basically just the glue to kind of glue everything together. Just a little tiny bit of that in the mix. It just somehow kind of makes it sound finished. I know we spent so much time making these gobos, and for sure they are very useful sometimes, but it's making me rethink. When I set up a session, I'm going to be asking myself, all right, do we actually need gobos? Because I mean, really look at this, look at the vibe of this room without screens everywhere. I mean, there are a couple over by the piano. We haven't done piano yet, but I do have it set up in case he wants to jump on the piano. Yeah, it just feels like a hangout, you know. Everyone can see and hear everything, and I mean, man, it just looks amazing. I'm gonna have to remember to take a thumbnail of this. Anyway, speaking of PAs, this is completely out of control in here. We have a PA. We have the new PA and loads of boxes, and we also have another PA which we borrowed for our concert last weekend from the wonderful guys in the next village. Yeah, so my friend Mikey is here from Berlin, and last night we set up the PA outside. I'll take you out there right now. It's such a sunny day. Hopefully the exposure's not going to be crazy. Yeah, we sat there and kind of did some sort of mixing with the PA setup. I'm sorry if this looks like we're on the surface of Mercury, but the plans for the stage are developing day by day. So I think we're going to start by mounting the tops basically onto these columns here. Mikey had some cool software so that we could sort of map the courtyard and like how the speakers would fill the courtyard. And to be honest, when we turned it on, it just sounded amazing everywhere. So I don't think we have to work too hard. But I am going to build an extension to the stage. I think I'm going to build a little sort of extra bit that we can put the subs under. And so the idea would be that when we have an outdoor gig, we can very quickly set up the speakers out here, like minimum cabling or anything. Everything's kind of like set, and we can just basically set it up really fast. I also built a little Soundman kiosk thing at the back here. Last video I said I would put it in the middle, but I quickly realized that would be a shame to ruin the view. So yeah, it's going to be here in this back corner. There'll be a desk area where this board is, and then in front of it there'll be a little kind of bench sofa thing, and I think it's a pretty good vantage point to do the sound. You can easily just step out into the middle of the courtyard. Enormous thanks to everybody who contributed towards this PA. Yeah, we never ever would have been able to do this without your help. It's very exciting. I just need a bit more time. I need some more hours in the day, because the maiden voyage of this PA is happening next Saturday. So in 6 days' time, we have the hidden cameras coming here to play, which is another great milestone. I'm a huge fan of Joel's, and I was very honoured to end up mixing a couple of songs on his last record, and looks like I'm going to be working on the next record. He's coming here for a few days before the gig, and we're going to work on some stuff together, and then we're going to shoot a studio video. I also have 4 more studio videos sitting on my hard drive waiting to be edited. In fact, one of them is edited, which I'll probably put out in the next couple of days. I also haven't forgotten about the money video, which I will do this week. I keep promising it. Yeah, I just need like half a day where there's not much else going on, and right now I don't even have like half an hour where there's not something going on, which is a good problem to have in a way. But yeah, that video will be coming ASAP. Alright, with a bit of luck now, I'm going to leave you with some footage from this session. It sounds really cool. I'm very excited about learning more and more about this studio. So yeah, lots of love everybody. Thanks for your support. Thanks again so much for everybody who donated to the PA fund. and I will see you next time with another video. Alright, lots of love, and here come Brothers of End.